Greetings sailors, welcome to a bit of live Warships gameplay, although it's not really going to be Warships or about Warships that much. It's just I wanted to sit down and record a thing and have a chat with you all, as it were. Now, I've talked in the past about the various mental health stuff that I have to deal with, but it's kind of become relevant once again because I've just been feeling a bit crappy recently, and I think part of it might be to do with the fact that Tankfest is coming up, and I'm probably getting slightly stressed out about that. Not just Tankfest itself. I mean, the prospect of massive crowds of people is never particularly a pleasant one for me. But, you know, I was there last year and I enjoyed myself, so I'm not too worried about that. But it's more the getting there and back that I think I'm getting a bit stressed about. But just generally also, I've not been feeling too fantastic of late, and I think that has had a noticeable impact on not only my actual video output, but how I've, you know, the things I've been saying in videos and my general kind of demeanor. And I don't know if anyone's picked up on it or whatever, but it's one of those things. It feels really awkward to talk about. But on the other hand, if you don't say anything, then no one is necessarily ever going to know. And it might just look like I'm being super lazy and not putting out a lot of videos. But, you know, I figured I owe you all an explanation at least. It's not just that I'm super lazy. I'm sure Caption Guy would say something about that. But, no, I have actually had specific reasons why I've not been putting out videos. And it's even just doing this has been a bit of an uphill thing. But, you know, communication's a good thing, and even though, oh my god, you're a boy, you're not supposed to talk about feelings, oh my god, it does help sometimes. And I know, generally speaking, you lot have been a pretty supportive bunch, and although I'm well aware that this is not exactly the hardest job in the world, what I'm doing, I think it's made easier by the fact that the subscribers, the supporters that I do have, I don't know, I hear all these horror stories from other people. I think, was it a couple of weeks ago, Jingles was talking about Eddie and him having to deal with, you know, once he'd gotten slightly higher subscriber numbers, that he was now in a position of having to start to deal with trolls in his comment section and, you know, people just being generally unpleasant. And there's been the odd person or two, but honestly, I mean, we're getting towards, I think, 26,000 subs, and most of you are really quite nice people, it seems like, or at least you're nice enough to each other and you're nice enough to me. I mean, you might be jerks to everybody else for all I know, but yeah, no, I mean, I also wanted to, in between all the stuff about, hey, I'm not feeling great, I just want to say, you know, I do appreciate that, because that does help. And I mean, there are sort of stresses in any job, and like I said, this is definitely one of the easier jobs I've ever done. Not that I've had many jobs in my life, but it's definitely made easier. Life is made easier by the fact that I don't have to deal with a bunch of abusive assholes in the comments section. I'm sure that makes anyone's life stressful, and I really hope that I never get to that point. I mean, I think about it sometimes, like what would I do if I had like 1 million subscribers or whatever, and it just seems so utterly fantastical that I don't even think I'll ever get anything close to that. But you never know. I don't know how long I'm going to be doing this for. Maybe if I just keep at it long enough, I'll get to that stage and it'll be a completely different experience than it is now. But yeah, I mean, it's generally been quite a pleasant ride so far, and it's not the YouTube stuff that makes me feel bad ever, really, which is a good thing. Because there are plenty of jobs you could have where it would be the job itself that just made you feel utterly crappy. And I'm quite happy to be in a position where I can do something that I enjoy doing. And that everyone else is, you know, also apparently enjoying to some extent. So those of you that are watching anyway. Anyway, this might be quite a wittery sort of a video. I didn't have any particular plan once I talked about that bit. But, I mean, I know there are plenty of you out there that are in a similar boat to me, that you have had problems with, you know, depression, anxiety, whatever else. Because it's part of the fun of being human. There's all these fun, exciting ways in which your brain can just decide to trip you up because, haha, isn't it funny? Yeah. Anyway, so I know there are plenty of you out there, and I'm sure the comments section will be interesting after this one, actually, because it usually is when I talk about this stuff. Not that I do very often. I've always been quite conscious of the fact that I don't really want this to be a kind of a bloggy channel. I don't want this to be, I'm going to sit down and talk about all this stuff. And that's why I was quite hesitant to do the video that I did on books recently, because that's just such a different thing. And it's not, I mean, the people that watch those ones are not just watching for the content, if you see what I mean. They're watching because it's me. So it's a bit of a, it's a bit of a nerve-wracking thing. I'm still half convinced that you're all here for Caption Guy, really, because you know you are really, aren't you? Yeah, you can tell me. It's okay. I'm a big boy. I can take it. Anyway, so that's it, really. I mean, I think that's most of what I wanted to say. That it's. I mean, I don't want anyone to worry, especially. I'm sure I'll be okay, especially after Tankfest is done. I mean, it's going to be fun. It's just the getting there and back, maybe not so much fun. But once that particular event is done, then I don't know. Sometimes these things, it's like, I don't know how to describe it exactly. I mean, oh yeah, there we go. I thought there might be talks coming up though. What was Churchill's the black dog of depression? And I've always found it more like, oh, hello, that's got to be Shimakaze. Oh, Mr. Montana, you're gonna hurt. You're really gonna hurt, aren't you? Yeah, that's 3 or 4 he's gonna take. Yeah, I've always found it more like, I've probably used this analogy before as well, like a weather system, and sometimes you see it coming in off the horizon, and other times it just kind of appears out of nowhere and you've got no idea why you're suddenly feeling crappy. But in this case, yeah, I don't really know. It's just the mysteries of the weather system of my own brain a little bit. And it's not like stuff isn't going okay otherwise. There's no particular reason. It's all very illogical, and that's one of the wonderful things about mental health stuff, is that usually, or quite often, it isn't logical. And that can be very frustrating, just for everybody, not only, of course, the people who it's affecting, but everyone around them as well. Mental health stuff, it's wonderful like that. It's you know, an illness where people get sometimes mad at you because you've got an illness, and it can make life all very interesting and complicated. Well, at least it can feel that way. Right, I think I've made that guy mad enough that he's finally shooting back at me, but that did barely anything, so I think I've come off better out of this equation so far. However, yes, that is a bunch of destroyers. That's the Kigero. I think the Shimakaze is almost certainly down there as well. Gearing's in the island area, the Fubuki's down that way. I wonder if we can get some... oh, he's into the smoke. Anyway, yeah, so... enough of that about that, maybe? I don't know, I guess. I don't know what else there is to say at this point, other than I'm going to try and keep getting videos out as regularly as I can, but it might not be nearly as regularly as I would like. And just with having Patreon as a thing alone, I'm acutely aware these days that, you know, this really is properly my job. There are it's not just a bit of ad revenue from those who are watching. It's people who are choosing to give up a bit of their income directly to support me in what I'm doing, because they like what I'm doing enough. And so that feels like I'm letting people down a bit. So that's also another motivation for doing this video, because It's not just me doing this as a hobby and putting out videos whenever I want willy-nilly these days. I really do have to be, or at least strive to be a little more professional about it, which feels a weird word to be using in this context, but there it is. I really hope these torpedoes run out of range. But that's one enemy Yamato who's almost done. There's still a Shimakaze down there. I mean, if I take one torpedo, it's not the end of the world. I'm practically full health. I don't know offhand what the gearing's range is. Is it like 15 clicks? Yeah, there we go. Right up the butt. Right up the butt. There we go. Oh well. Managed to avoid most of them though. Right. So, knowing the Shimakaze is down there, maybe we could start to press up. Although it kind of depends on my allies in this case, because going it alone against where we know there is a Shimakaze would probably not work out well overall. But it's kind of tricky because the only destroyer we've got on this side is that Khabarovsk, and the Khabarovsk. Well, the video I put up yesterday that went out. When did that come out? I can't even. I've confused myself just thinking about that because, of course, there's, you know, when I upload the video and record the video, when the video goes out, it might span over, well, at the very least 2 days and sometimes even 3 days. But yeah, the Khabarovsk is not a stealthy machine at all. So I'm probably not going to be able to rely on that guy going forward and being all stealthy and spotting, because that's extremely unlikely for a Khabarovsk driver that knows their machine. Right, that is... Oh, there he is. Right, that's the Shimakaze. The trick is not getting broadsided, and there's the gearing making a drop. So that's fine. Well, I guess I'll just continue... Is that Des Moines stationary? No, I think it's going forward slightly. If we go for the Des Moines, that helps out the Khabarovsk, that one. Yeah, no, the Khabarovsk. I think it's a silent K. I have honestly no idea. Right. Now the temptation is to just, I'll just turn broadside and it'll be fine. That would probably be a bad plan, given that the Yamato's down there. Although we're not actually spotted right now. I guess between the smoke and the... Oh, no, there we go. There's the Des Moines. Give him a bit of attention. Oh, hello, we're being capped apparently. Incapacitation. Right, pretty sure the Shimakaze, we've got more than enough of a window in terms of his... oh, yeah, there's the Yamato. Reload. This might hurt. And it did not. That's fine. Can I go for the Shima? It's a tricky situation. I've only been half paying attention as well, because it's one of those videos where, hey, there's a thing I want to say. And then by the time you've said it, you realise you haven't really been paying attention to what's been going on in the rest of the game. We'll keep hammering the Des Moines as the priority. It's obviously got less health, less armour. Just squashier overall. Although this does leave my arse rather exposed to the Yamato. And we can expect more walls of torpedoes to be... well, yeah, we can be certain of that. There will be more walls of torpedoes. Because that Shimakaze is still down there. Oh, we just lost the Des Moines. Okay, well, okay. We might not win this one, but c'est la vie. That's how it goes sometimes. I've not done a spectacular amount of damage so far either. But even with the various changes to torpedoes in the most recent patch, Shimakaze is still, you know, potent little ships. You don't necessarily want to go toe-to-toe with one in a tier 10 battleship, because he's going to be able to put out walls of torpedoes and you're not exactly the best, most manoeuvrable ships in the world. Oh, hello, Fubuki, you're awfully close. The Ninja Granny, there's a name. Right, my forward guns are almost around. This is what, the third salvo fired off with my rear guns in the time it's taken my forward guns. That wasn't enough lead. I think at this stage, yeah, we've killed 3 ships. They've killed all but 3 ships. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say we probably lost this one. Just as a feeling. No, I guess he's the more immediate threat, so we'll go for that guy. Oh, he's doing a nice and broadside as well. And boom, boom, bit of damage. I mean, I don't think it's going to matter. It's just, can I stay alive? Seems unlikely, just given the sheer number of ships down there. That's, what, 3 destroyers, the Yamato and the Des Moines? So, And considering I'm in a Yamato myself, I probably haven't really done nearly enough in terms of damage in this game. I'd really like the 5th point skill, the manual aiming of secondary armament on this captain. I think that would be quite useful one. Oh, we actually got a incapacitation there. Right. Anyway. Hey! Got him! Nice. Nice. Not that it really matters at this point. I shouldn't be killing stuff. In fact, I want them to win. Killing stuff gets us more points and takes off some of their points. Don't want that. I want them to have all the points. I want them to win. I want to live. Mostly because the repair costs are quite expensive. I think they toned that down, actually. I think they brought... because they rolled out a test on NA, and then I think they've extended it to all of the servers. So that now everybody's basically got the same lowered repair costs at the higher tiers. But don't quote me on that. I could, in fact, be wrong. Oh, that was a nice salvo. Most of the damage I've done, I've gotten off of this Yamato over here. I'd go for a ram, you know, if I thought I could get close enough, but I'm just going to get torpedoed if I try. Oh well, yeah, this was not really an even fight, was it? We killed a couple of the enemy ships, but for the most part, this was a bit of a ruffle stomp. I mean, there's no two ways about it. Can we do something about the Des Moines? It might be a slightly squashier target. I want to live! I'm famous on the internet, you can't do this to me. Now, is that someone smoking and firing? No, I think that's someone just invisi-firing. So that's somebody with a 5th point captain skill. That's got to be the gearing. Yeah, that has to be the gearing. I mean, there's no way that rate of fire it comes from a Shimakaze. It just is not possible. Right, oh god, I might take some torpedoes. They're all shooting at me. It's not funny. Yeah, oh, I might avoid these though. Right, another minute before I can get health back. I don't think there is sufficient time, however, with the victory points for me to survive. Just based on the number of things now shooting at me. I just have that suspicion. If nothing else, I'm going to hit the map border very, very soon. Are you stationary? You are, in fact, entirely stationary. Let's fire at that Yamato. 40 seconds! Come on! Gonna get some health back. Except I'm probably not even going to last that long. 30 seconds! Oh, God. Oh, nice! Got some hits. Not a huge amount, but, you know, better than nothing. I think I'm going to be paying the full amount of my repair bills somehow. I have that suspicion. Well, whichever way I go, I'm broadside to at least one battleship, so... yeah, this is one of those situations where it's just rip whatever I do. Oh, God. And there's the killing blow. The last torpedoes. Can I at least get my shots out? Come on! Come on! Come on! Oh, health, health, health. 2 fires. 2 fires. There's going to be a torpedo that kills me, though. No, there we go. I still got another 14k damage out of it, though. Anyway, yeah, well, we know who had the superior team there overall. But damage-wise, that ended up not being totally terrible. It's just a lot of it was done when we'd already essentially lost, so not that impressive. Still towards the top of the team, though. Myself, the Des Moines, the other Yamato, the Hindenburg. Yeah, the bottom half of the team, not so great. Their Yamatos did very well. I actually thought they'd lost one, but I guess the guy just was able to withdraw. And oh no, wait, they did lose one. He's all the way down there. Anyway, never mind. So yeah, that was not completely awful, but I've had better Yamato games. and I still lost 125,000 credits. So yeah, the repair costs if you get sunk are still quite prohibitive. This was it with a... I can't remember if I've got any flags on this that are to do with earnings or reducing repair costs. Maybe I should do, but still, yeah, over 200,000 credits alone for just getting sunk, and then you add all the rest of the costs in, and yeah. And it's not like I've got a huge amount of cash at the moment. I'm in one of those situations where I just don't have a lot of money because I recently bought my first Tier 7 destroyer. Technically, I've already got a Tier 7 destroyer in the shape of the Biskivica, but the first non-premium one, the Hatsuharu, which has been reasonably fun. But that's now fully upgraded. It just, was a little bit expensive doing so. Anyway, I guess we'll see what the feedback to this video is. Maybe I should have done a tanks video. More people might have seen it, but either way, that's where I'm at, how I'm doing at the moment, and hopefully I'm feeling better next week and slightly less stressed once I actually get to Tank Fest, because I know at least some of you will be there. So hopefully you have found this entertaining, informative, whatever. If you have, you can hit the like button, you can sub to my channel if you haven't already, and as always, stay tuned for more.